How's it going, everyone? Larry at the Farmstead Way, and I've not posted a video like this in quite some time. It's been obnoxiously busy around the homestead and at work. Obviously, I'm filthy and just got back from work. I'm in town picking up some stuff to finish out a bathroom that I'm building at the house. I just want to chat for a little bit with something that's been on my mind as of late, and that is the drive that family has on a man. And I've been thinking about this lately because I've been seeing a lot of stuff on YouTube where it's people interviewing older people about how it feels to be single in their later years. And there's been a lot of stuff I've been seeing about, how to stay motivated, how to stay inspired, all that fun stuff. And I think a lot of it comes from men and women not having a strong drive or purpose in life. And this is just from a family man's perspective. But I didn't really have the drive that I have now until I got married and had kids. And that is one of the greatest motivations and inspirations that you can have as an adult. I know too many people personally that are so lost in life, or they're circling the drain. They have no idea what to do, and normally it's because they're lacking a few of those things. I know people that aren't married and they're like giant babies. They're giant man children. They're still living in their childhood, and they're still at the same job doing the same goofy stuff, and they have nothing to drive them. I have friends that are married, but they don't have kids, and they're living their teenage years over and over again. They feel like that they have no friends. They don't feel like they belong in their community. And the most successful people that I know are people that have both, wife and children. And if you're watching this and you want to have kids and you're terrified, you are terrified rightly so, in the best way possible, because having children forces you to be the best you possible if you're a good parent. I've been thinking about, why do I get up in the morning to go work? Why do I push myself to get certain things done? Why do I force myself to stay healthy and to stay active? And it's things and reasons that would be impossible if it was just me. If you have children, if you have wives, you become responsible for someone other than yourself. You become the captain of a ship with a crew that's looking all at you, trying to be their leader. They are looking to you to be an anchor in the giant storm that's trying to blow the ship of life over. I think that's really, really critical. And there's been a couple times in the past probably year and a half where I've either been out of town or I went and did certain things, went and hung out with friends, and it didn't really seem all that fulfilling. I had fun, but if you do that kind of stuff for too long, you feel out of place. Last autumn, I went out of town for a few days and on like a guys retreat thing. And after like the first day and a half, I felt really lost because there was no one to look after. And there's a lot of people that afraid of that responsibility. That's why they don't want to commit themselves to a relationship, because they are terrified of losing that. And I'm starting to realize that it's kind of terrifying not having that, because you feel lost without it. And it's funny because there's people that are single that feel lost and they don't know why. They can't seem to fix it. Their drive and motivation seems gone. They wonder what's the point of it all. And one of the greatest things that you can do as a man is be responsible for those around you, to be in charge of a family, to have kids that look up to you, and to have a wife that leans on you to be her rock and her foundation. I mean, as far as like the worldly things go, obviously Jesus is the rock. He is our foundation in a spiritual sense. and obviously physical and mental, emotional. But I'm talking about in the day-to-day life, paying the bills, taking care of things around the house, being the protector and the provider. And I feel like that is the true calling of every man. And it does require some sacrifice. It does. I used to like going to movies, hanging out with friends. I really don't get to do that hardly anymore. But I find more joy in doing things that provide for my family and provide for kids and get to be an example. And it's just, that's been one of the biggest things that's been an eye-opener, is as my son gets older and older and older, and he's still just a little, he's a year and a half, I see him start to mimic me. He's like, sit there and he'll cross his arms and he'll want to hang out with me. And the same thing with my daughter, and she'll wear a bandana in her back pocket because that's what Dada does, or she'll put her cowboy hat on because that's what Dada does. And she'll go out and help me with the garden, and you realize, wow, this is a responsibility that's going to last beyond my lifetime. And I'm trying not to bugger it up. And, a lot of dads, I feel like, are afraid of that because they, they don't want to screw their kids up. They want to have something that's going to be impactful, but it's impossible not to screw things up. I think what's more important is to screw up, and to screw up fast, recognize your faults, and to apologize and humble yourselves even before your kids. And that's really cool. And it helps me to get up in the morning, and it helps me to ground myself, and it helps me to, just have something to look forward to. That knowing that when I'm older, that I'll have adult children and hopefully grandchildren, and when the burdens and the responsibilities of parenthood pass on, then I'll be able to help them out. So it's just really cool. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here and make a really quick video just talking about what's going on. Like I said, it's a bunch of stuff's been going on in the garden. Sorry I haven't been filming stuff. It's just a pain in the butt to try to film every time you go outside and do stuff, but I'm gonna try to get some more content out there. I'm gonna try to do some more practical knowledge stuff and manhood things. So I just want to thank you all so much for tuning in, for all the new subscribers. Like I said, sorry I've been making a lot of content. It's been absolutely crazy. And I'm gonna go home because my wife's tried to call me and text me, and I've been ignoring her because I've been filming a video. But at least there's someone trying to call me and see where I'm at, and it feels nice to know that I'm needed, wanted, and loved. Even if it can be exhausting, it's better than having no one. All right, so this is Larry Ben with the Farmstead Way, and you all take it easy.